Right viewers, here we are back in the usual place we tend to do ownership reports on cars. So I've just had this cleaned. This is our 2019 SsangYong Tivoli 1.6 Ultimate Manual. The Ultimate back in 2019 was the top of the range car. You can still buy a Tivoli of this shape actually now. They came out in 2015, been on sale for 10 years, although now they're under the KGM brand and the trim levels are completely different. This is a late pre-facelift car which is registered in September 2019, although we bought it in July 2020. So we've actually had it for 5 whole years and 52,000 miles. So that's quite a comprehensive amount of time to be able to tell you about this particular car. So Tivoli was developed under Mahindra when Mahindra owned SsangYong, as it was at the time, and the engine is bespoke to SsangYong, and it actually was sold under the Mahindra brand in India as well. The pre-facelift cars as well, like this one, you could also get them in the longer version. It's called the XLV, but the ones after 2020, when the first facelift came in, there's another mild facelift in 2023 for these. The XLV was discontinued in our market. Being the Ultimate, it's got parking sensors, it's got a reversing camera, it's got all kinds of stuff. This boot capacity is about 400 litres depending on who you are. So if you've got the XLV, that was 750 litres, so a very, very spacious car. It's okay. On various versions of this, you could get a load floor that goes in here, or luggage board. We've not put one in. We should replace one of the clips on the load line, which has just come off at some point. We haven't done that yet. Yeah, that's the part I don't know what that is anymore. And we've got a space saver spare, which is good. All sorts of other random rubbish we carry in this car. A nice little handle there. One of the biggest pains on this is actually these screws, and they got rusted in place, so they've changed for some Mercedes-Benz screws. But yeah, if you haven't taken your number plate light screws out of your Tivoli and it's this age, I recommend you do it as soon as possible, because if they rust in place, that is a right pain. So yeah, I don't think it's a bad looking car, particularly in this Ultimate trim. These are actually very, very large alloy wheels for a car like this. They're not too bad to find tyres for. They're a little bit on the unusual size. You can fit slightly different ones as well if you want a more common tyre size, but we haven't bothered with that. So yeah, I think these are 18s on this car. They're low profile as well, so the ride's not the best, to be honest, in this. One of the good things about this car is the amount of space in the back compared with loads of other cars, like particularly like a Nissan Juke, for example, or a Ford Puma. There is an awful lot of space in here. You also get 2 courtesy lights, which you don't get in an MGZS, and also you get tinted rear windows, quite heavily tinted rear windows, which you didn't get at the contemporary MGZS back in 2019. You also get these very strange bungee cord things, which we've lost one, which are a bit like map pockets. You can see I leave my ancient copy of Which Car Guide in there, just to demonstrate that for videos like this. You also get an armrest in the back, which you don't get on an MGZS of this time either. There you go. I should really clean that bit, like my viewers, never mind. It's very comfortable. There's loads and loads of headroom. There's loads and loads of knee room. It's really good. Actually, the floor is quite flat. You could easily fit 3 people in here if you wanted to. And we've got Isofix as well and everything like that. Overall, the quality of the interior is not too bad, considering this car new was £19,000. I think we paid £13,700 for it back in the day. I don't know what it's worth now. The only problem is some of the bits in the interior, like this and particularly this, are not the nice quality, and the door tops are hard, although, you know, it's not a massive concern, I suppose. The fabric's all right though on there. Right, let's take a seat in the front quickly. Unfortunately, the lacquer on one of the alloy wheels has come off, and it's a bit unsightly, really. When we do eventually sell this car, which will probably be next year, we will tidy up this bumper here, and we will do these wheels. This door has been painted. Unfortunately, it's a slightly different colour from the rest of the car, but never mind. It's you know, it's SsangYong. They're not the most valuable cars in the world. So then we get, and this is where it gets far more exciting. It's a very, very interesting and slightly quirky interior in a Tivoli. Particularly on a pre-facelift car like this, we've got the famous gun holder, which is supposed to be designed for the type of gun used in the 1965 James Bond spoof film starring Tyler Adams, which is called License to Kill, or the second best cigarette in the whole wide world. And it fits the gun that he uses exactly. Also, in this pre-facelift car, we have a very big glove box in hand, which should buy a turtle. What are you doing in there? Looks happy, doesn't he? Say hello. Right, get back in there. There you go. Get you out later. Oh, come on. There. Stay in there. Good. Right. So we've got keyless entry in this car. Button is there. Now, bizarrely, on a Tivoli, what you have to do to actually start it is to put the brake and the clutch down, which is unusual. So we've got aircon. I need to get that recharged at some point. It is sort of still working. Old SsangYong logo there. This is only, I think, a 7-inch display. On the facelifted cars, the ones after middle of 2020, this is a much larger display. I think it's about 8 inches. I think the one one's even 10. So the centre console is completely different in this older car. A lot of the journalists at the time criticised the centre console, saying it looked like a 90s hi-fi, which it sort of does in a way. Piano Black hasn't actually worn as badly as you'd think for a car like this, having done 58,000 miles now. This actually looks a bit confusing, a bit intimidating at the start, but actually it's not too difficult. You've got 2 temperatures here. This is the fan speed, and the air direction is just this mode button. It's actually got dual zone climate control. On here, this is the main screen. I like the way actually on the home screen you can have the sat nav, the TomTom sat nav in this. You can have that displayed as well as whatever you're playing on the radio. At this point we've got DAB. It's also got other things in here. You can use Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. You can actually have just Bluetooth streaming if you want. There is an aux in down here and a USB. Unfortunately, that's the only USB on the car, so you have to use this adapter. We've also got multi-stage heated seats, which is nice. And some of the Ultimates before this, the Ultimates came in 2018. I think you could get cooled seats as well, but unfortunately not on this particular car. We've also got automatic wipers, automatic lights, cruise control, which isn't adaptive, but it's there. And then we've got also other things in here. It's a heated steering wheel, different steering modes. I think you can see them in this. Yep, Sport, which is the one to have. If you put it in comfort or normal, the steering is far too light. It's also got lane keeping assist in there, which my lady wife likes to use. Actually, she uses this car far more than I do these days. It's even got hill descent control, which I think I've used it once. It worked, but there we go. The four-wheel drive versions of the Tivoli were available at this time, but they were discontinued in 2020 for the facelift. There's the one for the radio, and the lights are on here. And then we've got various slightly nasty feeling switches, which is a bit of a shame. It sort of shows how much this car used to cost back in the day. For some reason as well, there are only little bits of soft touch. There's a bit of soft touch here. That's hard, and that is soft, which is always really odd. For facelifted cars, the other sort of more cohesive interior, although the sort of quirky bits like this and this, I quite like that, personally. Got a sunglasses holder in here, and a couple of courtesy lights up there. And yeah, I don't think the grab panels are damped. I'll just check. Oh, they are. Oh, I forgot about that, yes. Excellent. And we've got power folding mirrors. I'm not going to demonstrate that if you know what power folding mirrors are. This is a 6-speed manual car. Not the nicest gearbox in the world, and also this engine's not the fastest engine. We'll have a look at it in a second, but it's not the fastest car my lady has ever driven. I think she wants a faster car next time than this one. But praise the Lord with a normal handbrake. And on the Ultimate models, which have a slightly different front bumper from some of the earlier Tivolis, they also moved the handbrake over to this side. Some of the earlier Tivolis, they've got it on this side. A couple of cup holders, and then in here you've got a big storage box. You can actually fit a first generation iPad in there if you want to. It was sort of claim at the time. And then some enormous door bins down here as well. They are really huge on this car. It's one of the main reasons I like this car, actually, is because it's really, really practical and very comfortable on long journeys. All right, let's have a look under the bonnet, shall we? So here we go. This is SsangYong's own engine. It was developed for the Tivoli. It's a 1.6 non-turbo petrol with 125 horsepower. It's not the fastest thing. I think 0 to 60 takes about 12 seconds in this manual version, the automatic's even slower. The autos are more common though, and you can get reasonable economy in this car. You can get 45, 48 miles per gallon if you drive it on motorways. It's not so good around town, but there you go. Very, very easy car to service. As you can see, the oil filter is literally just there. And chain driven, we've had no real problems with the engine and things like that. The only things we've had are things like great calipers sticking and one of the track on engines needed doing. And the biggest problem of all was the clutch low cylinder that failed on a roundabout in Liverpool in April 2021 when the car was just just over 18 months old, which wasn't very good really. But apart from that, not really too many problems. There's a very detailed video that I made a couple of years ago where I go into sort of ins and outs of what actually goes wrong with these cars, having consulted from other people who own them. But I'll link to that description below if you're interested. So yeah, viewers, there is the ultimate front bumper in inverted commas because it's on the ultimate models. I don't think this car looks too bad. I think the facelift cars look better in some ways and not in others. It's just my opinion, but there we go. Thank you ever so much once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment below, and we shall see you again at some point, probably next month, for one of these other ownership reports.